now tuned in to the LaFlare Lounge with your host, BigJusLaFlare, where we keep it honest, unbiased, and play as a motherfucker.
You are watching a master at work.
So I remember it was a point in hip hop where Jay-Z used to dictate the waves in hip hop. At one point, he told us to get rid of the jerseys, the throwback jerseys. Now, mind you, he used to wear them. He used to be fresh with the jerseys on. That was his thing. I've heard rumors of how much money he used to spend on throwback jerseys. And then one day, he said on the track, I'm 30 plus, put on a fresh pair of jeans, nigga, button up. And it seems right after that, people stopped wearing throwback jerseys, the extra baggy jerseys, and they turned them in for a button up. And that's what Jay-Z was doing. That's around the time probably he became, Def Jam president, all that. But he dictated the wave in hip hop, the dress code in hip hop. And that's what Jay-Z used to do. He used to try to dictate things. Now, one thing I will say, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Jay-Z also tried to tell us it's a death to auto-tune. When T-Pain came out, people still using auto-tune though. They still using auto-tune. So sometimes your idea and your plan, it works, and sometimes it doesn't. And I think this is a case for Drake and this album, honestly, Nevermind, that he put out. Now we know Drake. I'll say Drake bring the wave of, when I say that people bring the wave, I'm not saying they're the first to do it, but they might have did it the best, like Drake said. So I think Drake brought the wave of singing and rapping to hip hop. He brought that. Like everybody, you can't just rap now like that. You have to bring some type of melodic style to hip hop. That's because of Drake. Drake wasn't the first person to do Afro beats, but he brought the wave to mainstream hip hop. When More Life came out as a mixtape, we was like, damn, this is pretty good. And it worked for Drake. We know he wasn't the first to do it. We knew there was people and artists in Africa and all overseas that was doing that, but he's the first mainstream artist to do that. And now Drake has dropped Honestly Nevermind, and it looks like he's trying to bring a new tempo, which is really an old tempo, but he's trying to start a new wave of house music. He's trying to bring house music to the masses. Now, some people say that Drake steals culture. I think this is Drake paying homage to the culture, to the black culture. So I'm going to give him that credit. I think this is more so him showing love to the culture and saying we need to keep our eyes in this direction. This is the wave right now. This is good. But this album has received a lot of criticism. We don't know. Some people don't fuck with it. A lot of people don't fuck with it. Some people hate it. Some people is mixed reviews. And it's funny because I'm seeing a lot of people that's acting like J. Cole fans. And what do I mean by that? I see a lot of people saying, this album ain't for you if your mind ain't like this. You remember when J. Cole was dropping albums, they'd be like, you gotta be on a whole nother level of thinking to listen to this J. Cole album. It has to sound like this. It has to sound like that. I hear people the whole time saying, no, this Drake album is for people who like to chill with bad bitches on a beach drinking a rum punch in their left hand at the park in the sand, staring at the beach like it's too many requirements. There's too many requirements right now. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to give y'all my opinion in a second about this album. But let's look at the people. Let's see what the people had to say about this Honestly Nevermind album, right? I'm going to show y'all a couple tweets. I'm going to show y'all how mixed these tweets are. So this one says, we're at the point of the album cycle where the women's tell you, nah, this is actually fire. And in the end, that's kind of all that really matters, right? I would say that this matters maybe if it's your environment. If you're, at a party or a kickback or a vacation and there are women there and that's what they want to listen to, yes, you let the women listen to what they want to listen to. I totally agree with that. But that doesn't mean that you have to like it, or that's not all that really matters. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's just my opinion. Let's move on to the next one. So this is where I say people are starting to say that the tide is turning. It says, this was Shaq when he was talking about Christian Wood. I owe you an apology. I wasn't really familiar with your game. This is a meme of basically them comparing this to Drake, like saying like, I didn't really like it at first, but now it's kind of hidden. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't just familiar with the sound, but it's actually not that bad. So let's get to the next one. Boom, this Drake is made for dudes who take fine women on trips, not for the homies in the club asking where the hoes at. So again, we see, like I said, people are adding stipulations to the album. Hey man, it's definitely not for everybody. I don't like that. I don't like when they say this is for the men who take fine women on trips. Hey man, listen, it's either hidden or it's not. For me, I don't like all the special requirements when it comes to albums. It's either good or it's not. That's just what it is. This is people saying that they don't like it. It says Drake made this album thinking we all on a beach on Ibiza. Hey man, let's keep it moving. Hey, I feel you, man. Fuck it. All right, so this one, boom. Forever 21, H&M and American Eagle after this Drake album. They saying that this is basically retail music. It's music that belongs in an elevator, hotel lobbies. Maybe it belongs at a drag show. Maybe it belongs in those type of environments. That's all they saying is that it belongs in a certain type of environment. And I ain't mad at it. Now the thing about this album, I think that caught everybody off guard, was the rollout. Really, it's a mixtape. Let's be honest. This is really a mixtape. Drake just re-signed the whole deal. He probably has to drop music on certain deadlines and certain type of ways, like everything. And we just know we in an industry now where nothing is a mixtape anymore. Everything is an album. The label is going to eat by any means. So this is really a mixtape. If this was 2012, this would have been a mixtape. But this is now an album. And for me, I think the rollout was a little weird. And this is why it caught everybody off guard. Because when you look at the album artwork, it kind of reminds you of like Scary Hours when Drake dropped. Drake didn't have a single. He didn't give us anything before. So we didn't really know what to respect. So you go off what you're used to hearing from Drake, which is going to be probably a half rap, half singing album. But we didn't know stylistically that he was going to drop a house album. We didn't even know Drake was into house music. So yeah, I do understand why people were so caught off guard and taken aback when the album first dropped, because it's like, whoa, where did this come from? This looked like the Scary Hours album. I thought we was about to get you one little baby on there. You know, I'm from the phone. We thought we was about to get one of those. We didn't know we was getting that. But Drake, you dropped an album that was an acquired taste. And that's respectable. This was an acquired taste. One thing I've learned about this is this ain't for everybody. It wasn't for me. The first couple days that I listened to this is why I'm just now making a review. The first couple days, I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? But sometimes you got to get over the shock of what it is. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm familiar with house music because I got a lot of family from Chicago, older family. My mother's from Chicago, my uncles, my aunt. I still got cousins there. I know they like to listen to this type of stuff. I know in Jersey, they like to listen to this type of stuff. Obviously, Drake is influenced from the house music culture, the DC area, all that. I know DC got go-go, but just the whole house music era, Drake likes that. Now, usually the thing about Drake is that he knows how to incorporate these type of sounds with his current sound. But this one, it seems like this is the first time where we seen Drake's sound dictated by the other sound, where it's not necessarily just him taking over the sound, it's the sound taking over him. And that's what I think happened on this one. So this is why we're seeing ups and downs about this situation. It's an acquired taste. But I have to commend Drake. I have to commend Drake because Drake decided to take a risk. Drake is at a point in his career now where he probably feel like I done gave y'all everything I can give y'all. Now I'm just having fun with it. I'm on house money. And that's what he's doing. He's betting. He literally is doing house music. I wouldn't be surprised if he drop another one this year doing something else he want to do. He's saying we got to catch up with the wave. Do I think that this wave is going to take over like he did Afro beats and whatnot on views and all that? Am I going to hear a one dance? I don't hear a one dance on this album. So no, I think you win some. I think you lose some. Like I said, I commend Drake for what he did. Rap is just like YouTube, man. When I drop some of these vibes, when I'm trying to, dictate and tell y'all what's nice, what's not, and give my honest commentary on certain things, sometimes some videos hit, sometimes they don't, bro. I've had videos that hit 11,000, 15,000. I got other videos that do 100. And that's the same exact thing what rap is. So that's why I think you got to take your time when you listening to this album and ask yourself, is it really bad? Or is it not just for me? I don't think it's trash. I think it's quality music. I think it fits a certain genre. It fits a certain style. I'm not the type of person that's going out to dance. If I go on vacation, I'm still listening to the music I want to listen to. I'm not saying that that's what it is. I don't agree with everybody who's saying you have to have this type of, give me a play-by-play vibe of what I'm supposed to be doing when this music come on. I feel like if you have to do all that, then it's not as good as what it is. But I don't think that this is bad. You're never as bad as they say you are. You're never as good as they say you are. And I'm going to leave it at that. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. And we out, baby. Boom!
Our Daddy channel. Subscribe for Daddy channel.